Magic leaving the Lakers, huh? No, I'm just kidding.
I just saw it on TV.
I'm just kidding.
Wow.
I mean,
Come on, John.
Well, come on. It was, you told us before. You told us before the game that you're going to have to throw some weird lineups out there and stuff. When you are in that situation and the game is going that way, what's your mindset and what are you just trying to get through as it goes along?
Respectfully, there's no getting through like anything in terms of it's always competing and now when you get down when you get down and you don't have guys at that position, at that natural position to go in, and it's like a regular season. When you're trying to play for the playoffs, hey, if you're down 30 points, you're probably not going to be playing your starters a whole lot of minutes. So that's kind of what I did right there. So we were mixing and matching. But I think those guys that came in towards the end, they competed. I give them credit. I looked at little things, and we started trying to, after that big second quarter from Toronto, we started trying to, okay, let's win the next quarter, and we did. We won the first quarter, so those were positives to us, but ultimately, we didn't do enough things to be in the game at the end.
What did you think of just Creek and the little time that you got to get him out there?
He played hard, and that's who we know he is, and I like that. I like to get a look at him tonight. I'm glad we were able to get a look at Keita at the 4 a little bit. Actually, we got to look at Keita at the 5 too, and then Cam at the 4. But like I said, I didn't expect to play those lineups, but that was kind of where we were. But we still wanted the guys to play the right way.
When you have such a chaotic situation to some extent, how do you set up offenses and defenses? I mean, do you basically? I mean, obviously there must be a set defense, but do you run just pick and rolls, or do you run set plays, half court?
No, we actually spent a lot of time today in shoot around, going through a package that we thought we may have to use with this team, where we have basically 5 out, and then we started switching 1 through 5 when that group was in. But like you guys said, I mean, it is difficult, and it's difficult for them too in terms of guys are playing out of position in a number of ways. But I do give those guys a lot of credit.
Did you suspect Cat would be out during the practice today?
Towards the end, maybe a little bit, because he has been battling. He's been battling knee soreness with things, and then just the way he was moving. Like he didn't feel great going into the last game either, and so I kind of suspected actually last game. I was a little surprised actually that he played, but then I knew at the end of shoot around today that he probably wasn't going to be a go.
How special is it for a guy like Mitch, who he's had a little bit of NBA experience, but to see the bench really enjoy him having success, and the fans and the entire atmosphere appreciate what he can do?
Yeah, I mean, it is. It's a special thing. It is, and it's always. And I'll say this about our fans too, is that no matter what this year, they have came out and they have been energetic, and they have found I think things to get excited for. And seeing that at the end of the game, hey, even though we were down big, there were probably a lot of guys out there on both teams that these fans didn't know, but they. That's who we are in Minnesota. We appreciate hard work. I've always thought that, and you just saw that in the enthusiasm from our fans for Mitch, and then it's also with our team. They see how hard he works, how hard he plays. So it's a good thing.
You took 42 threes tonight. Is that mostly a product of Carl being out, or?
Yeah, maybe. Honestly, I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you, Chris. I don't know. I'm gonna have to take a look at the film on the plane going to Denver tonight. I'll get you an answer tomorrow.
If I make it to Denver, I'll ask.
Cyclone bomb, right?
Ryan, with Jared and CJ through the whole year, kind of those guys, we haven't got to see them play a lot this season. Is there anything we don't maybe know about them, or something you could share what they've missed?
Yeah. No, I think the one thing that you look for in two-way players is are they guys who will give themselves up for the team. in a number of different ways, and they are those guys, and those are the types of guys we want around. Now, obviously, we need guys who are major contributors on the floor too, but those are the types of guys that can grow into that because they have a pure heart when they come in to work. The one thing about CJ is CJ's versatile. We saw he's able to play point guard. He's actually played some point guard back at NC State, but we put him at point guard for a little bit this year. We did that earlier this year against Utah, if you guys remember. So he, and he's tough. He's mature. He's a man. He approaches the game in that way. And then Jared is. He's in between a point guard and a two guard, the way he can score the ball. He was a high recruit out of college, and he shows that a lot of times in practice, the way he can score the ball and go get you a bucket.